This is my senior research project by Aria. Hope you enjoy. Yes, come in.
Hi, are you Dr. Aria Lynch?
I am. How may I help you?
I'm a high school student and I came here today to ask you for your story on how you became a traveling general surgeon.
Oh, my story? Wow. Well, it started 13 years ago. All right, so 13 years ago was my senior year, which is where I found this verse, Proverbs 16:9, which says, "In his heart a man plans his course, but the Lord determines his steps." So that verse really spoke to me, and it really just solidified where I was going. And through prayer, lots and lots of prayer, through silence with God and just sitting in his presence, and through talking with my pastor and talking with my family and like my parents and just fasting and most of all just trust, I was able to figure out where I wanted to go and where God wanted me to go, because that's truly what matters the most, is where God wants you to go. So after figuring out where God wanted me to go, my path, I started applying to colleges. There's a lot of colleges you can apply for, like Boston University, Johns Hopkins University. We also got Vanderbilt University, or Stanford, or even Harvard. I know these ones are really pricey and you got to be like really really smart to get in, but those are just a few of those options for like really high quality medical like pre-med programs. We got also Purdue Global, Alpena Community College, also really good. University of Florida, and Cornerstone University. These last four ones are a lot more on the affordable side, and they're also really well known for their pre-med programs. And I ended up applying to Baylor University, which I ended up getting in, so I was extremely happy about that. Baylor forever. Then once I graduated high school, I knew it was time to go, and it was time to head off to Texas to go to Baylor. And of course, naturally, I had to have the cowgirl hat, because what's Texas without the hat? And so on my way there, I'm out here flying up. I'm in that plane. As you can tell, this is not CGI. And I finally made it down to Waco, Texas, and this is Baylor. Beautiful campus, absolutely beautiful, and I was super happy and blessed to be there. During those years, I took biology, biochemistry, psychology, physics, of course, and more physics, chemistry, more chemistry. Along with chemistry, I took organic chemistry. Yeah, organic chemistry definitely kicked me in the butt. Yeah, and we also took reasoning classes to learn kind of the reason behind science. But after 4 rigorous, long, grueling, gruesome years, I finally graduated college with my Bachelor of Science in Biology. But then it was time for the MCAT, which is the Medical College Admissions Test, which is a 7 hour long test that covers physics, chemistry, biology, biochem, psychology, and sociology, and of course, CARS, which is reasoning. It's about 35% science and knowledge, and then it's 45% scientific reasoning, so the reason behind the science. It's 10% experimental design, and then 10% data analysis. This test, you need to get a score of about 510 to 515 for medical schools to actually look at your application. It's really easier said than done. And all of that, you can only take the MCAT 8 times in your life. Yeah, that's insane to me. But through blood, sweat, and tears, I actually ended up passing. Okay, so that brings us to medical school. In medical school, for what I remember, the first 2 years were learning and foundation. Like, we were able to learn the foundation of medicine through intense, and I mean intense coursework in subjects like anatomy, physiology, pathology, and sciences like that. And that phase involved a lot of lectures, labs, small groups, where we were able to build like understanding of how the body works and how it works when you get diseases and other issues that happen, and how the body changes. And in the final 2 years, we were able to enter clinical rotations in hospitals and clinics, and we gained hands-on experience in different specialties such as like internal medicine, surgery, pediatrics, and things like that, which we're able to learn like how to take patient histories and perform physical exams and work as a part of medical team under supervision. And that was like really exciting to me. That was one of my favorite parts, was the fact that I was able to have hands-on experience. That's why I liked medical school a lot more than I liked undergrad. But after I graduated, the 4 grueling years of medical school, that's when we were new doctors, and I was able to begin residency, and I had job training in the chosen field, which was, for me, I wanted to be a general surgeon, as you know. And it lasted around, like, it can go from 3 to 7 years, and it depends on, like, the specialty you want to go into. And we were able to take increasing responsibilities and managing patient care, performing procedures, and making critical decisions, all while learning from like experienced physicians. And it was really demanding that the whole time, and those long hours we had to work in long night shifts, and we continued studying, and it was a lot of work, but we were able to get through it, and it helped us grow independently and our confidence. And yeah, so that's why I really enjoyed the residency part of it. It was really exciting.
Now it's time for some advice. Yes, okay. Are you ready? So, before giving up 13 years of your life, which is crazy, I want you to ask yourself, why am I doing this? So are you giving up 13 years for the right reasons? That's the question I want you to meditate on.
And well, that's my story, and I hope that it gave you some insight and inspiration on what it's like to become a general traveling surgeon and pretty much any position in the medical field. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for listening.
Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe.
You heard it here first, folks. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe.